In a world of glitz and glam, flashing lights and screaming fans, most people are unaware of the war that rages behind the scenes. And that war includes your favorite artist and your favorite songs. This is The Dark Side of Songwriting. Hosted by Nayim Edwards.
Of course, we find ourselves back here once again with the 9-year-old gangster rapper, or whatever you want to call this rapper. You know, all the chatter, and I want to deal with the songwriters today, and then I want to deal with the people who work in music, with all the chatter, all the freedom fighting, all of the everything that people claim they stand for. People claim that they want a better community. People claim that they want safety, they want security, and we should get rid of this, and we should do just all this yapping that these people do. But not only did my peers see me talk about this a week ago, and this ain't about them per se, but it is about them, because these are people that they walk around here and they want to act like stars when they get around other writers. They want to act like they got something on the Hollywood Walk of Fame around us, but they turn their nose up when they see something like this, because that's just beyond them. That don't have nothing to do with them. It's just too much of a problem for them. But then when somebody that's, quote, famous, because we know how y'all really live. See, you can lie to the general public who don't know nothing about no music. You can lie to the general public about how songwriting goes and how getting paid in music goes and how all of that. I know that a lot of y'all got hit records, but you actually wrote the hit record, but you make less from that, the record that you wrote, that they took from you. Actually, you make less than a part-time worker at McDonald's per year for the record, but you still insist on being soft. I'm calling it milk toast today. You still insist on being a loser and turning your nose up to the general public with this kind of stuff. But you'll go and you'll stand with a foreign country. You'll go and you'll just put anything in the category, and this is what these people will do, right? I have a problem with that. And the reason I have a problem with that is because why do it take a famous person to say something before people, when they notice something is wrong, they open their mouth and they decide that, oh, this is enough. Let me take this off the camera. I want to say shout out to Xavier Landon. I think Brian Tisdale, and it was one other person. I'm gonna have to get you on the other one because I forgot. But shout out to y'all and thank y'all for y'all donation in the chat. Shout out to Fio, Showboat, YTTV. If you make another comment, I don't know if you in here or not, you're gonna have to call in because I don't like that. And same old gossip reheated. So today we are going to be dealing with Doughboy. Let me take this off the screen. We're going to be dealing with Doughboy today, and we're going to be dealing with Mysonne. Because if you've ever in your mind wondered, thank you, Jeff, my mama from Queens. But we're going to be dealing with Mysonne, and we're going to be dealing with Doughboy. And I'm going to just keep it, let me just get all of this off, and then anybody that want to call can call. Doughboy is despicable. There is no saving people like Doughboy. There is no reforming people like Doughboy. There is no, you can't help somebody that's already made their mind up about who they want to be and how they want to be. So let's go ahead and play, because I got this from Katrina channel the other night. I was watching while I was on my way to Baltimore. Let's just watch this.
If you ain't suck a dick, baby, you can get the fuck up on my shit. 100 round, hit him with his block, take a fuck down. 100 round, bitch, we in that kill, you gon' take him down. 12 grip.
I'm gonna play it again.
If you ain't suck a dick, baby, you can get the fuck up on my shit. 100 round, hit him with his block, take a fuck down. 100 round, bitch, we in that kill, you gon' take him down. 12 grip.
Is it gonna play?
I've been seeing all them goddamn comments and all the little posts and all the shit lame as hell though, cause at the end of the day, shit, he 9 years old. Think about, like, I don't know if you from where we from type shit, but where I'm from, goddamn, that's a regular little nigga in the hood. Like all our young niggas act like that though. They run around cussing, they be bad as fuck. So it's like that shit just it's not really nothing too crazy. So it's like shit. At least he trying to do something positive though. Like him rapping is gonna change his life. It's gonna change his life and it's gonna make his life good so he don't have to grow. Cause in a couple years, if his life don't change, that little nigga gonna be thugging. Cause he already thugging. But that little nigga gonna be thugging in a couple years if he don't get it out. So hell yeah, I'm finna help that little nigga get the check. Nigga, I don't give a fuck who got nothing to say about it. Fuck you, suck my dick, bitch.
You want to know something? What gets me is the fact that people like this, they only act like this with people who are not afraid, like who are actually not about, I don't want to be like not about that life, but they only act like this with people who they know are not going to do nothing violent to them. They only act like this with people that are out of their reach. That's what I'm saying, Theo. Put this up there. They only act like this with people who do not want smoke. The problem with Doughboy is okay, stop. I have to stop. Every one of us knows there's something that goes off of inside of you, whether you know what it is or whether you don't know what it is. There's something that goes off inside of us at every step. At some point in your life, there's a bell that starts ringing and say, this is not right. This is not where I'm supposed to be. This is not how I'm supposed to live. Something is wrong. It goes off inside of all of us. What we say, something is wrong. Now, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your race is. It doesn't matter how tall you is or if you had a hoe, if you didn't have a hoe. Something goes off inside of you at some point in your life where you realize that where you are, what you're doing, and everything about your life is wrong. Ignoring that is a personal choice. If you ignore the bell that's going off that something is wrong and you still continue to perpetuate and you still continue to go and oh, this happened to me, that happened to me, I wasn't taught this, I wasn't taught that, that's on you. Fuck you. You ignored the bell that told you to get your shit together. Who gives a fuck? That's where I'm at with Doughboy. Fuck Doughboy. I don't wish nothing but complete destruction on him because it's people like him who continue to make fucking excuses. It's people like him who continue to perpetuate lifestyles but will tell a child, oh, I'm just going to put some money in his pocket. He a thug. He going to be thugging. He going to be like this. Bro, first and foremost, most children are not like that. Most of our children are not like that. And the nerve of a grown fucking man to come out his mouth like he's some type of representative of all of the type of people like that came from where he came from or all of the people in his area. You know how disgusting you have to be somebody who will open your mouth and say, well, all of the people are like that where I'm from. No, it's not. Because if all the people like that if everybody was like that where you were from, everybody would be acting like you. Everybody will be in the same position as you because you're not in no good position. I looked it up. You're not in no hellified position where, salute your boat, it's like, okay, cool. You're not in no fucking position to first open your mouth and say anything about anything. But the fact that this motherfucker continues to make excuses, like, bro, do people not feel crazy making a fucking excuse about anything, really. After a certain age, you know the difference between right and wrong. After a certain age, you know what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. And if there's something you don't know, you're not going to tell me you have a cell phone in your fucking hand and you have not tried to seek any type of help. Motherfuckers got money for drugs. Motherfuckers got money to flex on niggas. Motherfuckers got money for designer and all type of shit. And motherfuckers got money for everything but getting some fucking help. You're where you want to be because that's where you chose to be. You're not where you're at because somebody put you there, because that's the environment, because of all of this stuff. Because like I said, as an adult, the bell goes off inside of you that tells you something is wrong. The bell goes off inside of you that say, I got to get my shit together. Because a lot of, especially people like this, they like to tell you, oh, life doesn't start to get good until your 40s. You don't start to do good, and you don't start to be in better positions until you're 40 fucking years old. But you got 20 something year olds out here running laps around these old ass people. How come your life didn't get better until you were 40, but there's 20-year-olds at the same position? But that's what I'm saying. These like, if he didn't give a fuck about what nobody said, he would have fucking ignored it. How come it's always an excuse? And it seems like it's always a fucking excuse from the same type of person. It's always an excuse for somebody who refuses to change, who refuses to be better, who refuses to do something better with their situation. Because let's be serious. Having money does not change who the person is. It only makes you being more comfortable with who you really want to be. This motherfucker got paid. What's up, Mariah? This motherfucker got paid. And he didn't get paid and say, I'm going to be a living example of what we should be doing. He didn't get no money and say, I'm not going to perpetuate and force a lifestyle on younger children. You're not helping nobody. And there's nothing nobody can tell me to convince me that there's some type of fucking excuse for what Doughboy is out here doing. Because let's be serious. If you sent your 9-year-old daughter to school, and Katrina was talking about when she was talking about rat ass kids and all of this stuff, if you sent your daughter to school and your daughter came home and said that one of the kids in her class stuck their dick in her mouth, would you think it's funny? Would you think it's okay? Would that be okay with you? Because according to Doughboy, it's okay because that's just how we are. That's just how everybody else is. They run around cussing, they bad as fuck. That's how we all are. But if your 9-year-old daughter starts to suck dick at school, are you gonna be upset, or are you gonna stand in the background and dance like a fucking court jester and a clown? And let me play this Mysonne clip because I want to talk about why we in this community, we don't trust each other, and it's not going to change because of people like Mysonne.
It's a lot to unpack here. You know, first of all, shout out to this brother, man, because obviously he is a product of his environment, and he's a product of what's wrong, right? So you can't expect him to do something that he never seen or had done from him, right? You know, unfortunately, like he said, where he's from and his quote-unquote OGs, whoever was around him, allowed stupid shit, right? So we normalize dumb shit when we around older people who foster that same mentality. So this individual here can't save that young king, but he don't understand that he's not helping him by giving him some money with ignorance. Because we see these young rappers die every day.
Now, I played that. Salute Shop. I played that because the whole reason that I even wanted to talk about this is because I'm talking to my musical peers. A lot of my musical peers are exactly like Mysonne. And the reason that is a problem is because why the fuck are we being soft on people who completely and like their whole mission is to destroy our community. Their whole mission is to take our children out. Their whole mission is to fucking duplicate and replicate themselves because they can't stay their minds. They decided that they didn't want to fucking evolve past the fucking four corners in the neighborhood that don't nobody own shit in. Why are we being soft on people who need their lives confiscated? And you want to know why? Because everybody want to be politically correct. Everybody want to stay in good graces with motherfuckers who do not have their best intentions, who do not give no fuck about their life, who don't give a fuck about them, who don't give a fuck if their children live, die, eat, sleep, constipate. They don't care about nothing, but y'all insist on humanizing and making it seem like there's some fucking redeemable quality about these people. There's nothing redeemable about Doughboy, and there's almost nothing redeemable about the child. Doughboy and people like Doughboy should be killed. I'm just saying it. Fuck the shit. I'm there. Killed. It's nothing we can do for him. There's nothing, bro. This nigga called the 9-year-old that said, put Lil Bro in here, or spit or step or whatever the fuck he said on Lil Bro grave. You're 9 years old. How old is Lil Bro? You're 9 years old. You're telling me you're gonna stomp on the 8-year-old's grave? You're gonna spit on the 6-year-old's grave? Because if you're 9, how well, you know how these motherfuckers is. People like Doughboy, if it's somebody in the club that got more money than him, that's 10 years younger than him, oh, with big bruh. Niggas be big bruh fucking gathered around the one fucking bottle. Just how that little baby can look up to NBA Youngboy, he can look up to Dr. Umar on YouTube, Mysonne, playing, saying exactly. All these motherfuckers is interested in is sitting around politicking with people who don't give no fucks about, like, these people laugh at people like Mysonne, bro. Nobody looks up to Mysonne. Let's be fucking real. And the fact that these people think they stars, these people, oh, what this nigga Mysonne say? Because it's a whole video. I couldn't get the whole thing up here. But this motherfucker Mysonne gonna talk about that's the environment. That's all, just like his OGs and his all he see. That's all he saw. So my thing is, okay, if you see that a child has been signed, because if I know it, they know it. Always keep that in mind. If you know it, they know it. Don't ever let none of these motherfuckers, especially a musician, convince you that they're completely oblivious. They are completely out of the loop. They don't know. They just, oh man, I didn't see it. Okay, Phil, I'm about to bring you up. Don't let none of these motherfuckers convince you that they don't know. Nigga, talk about the environment. Why didn't you make it, if you saw that, okay, this is getting out of control, I don't like this, why didn't you come and make yourself visible to this person? My name is Nayim because when I was at a crazy part of changing my life, there was a 10-year-old boy who said he wanted to be like me when he grew up. Nobody knew me. I wasn't doing no fucking music. I wasn't doing nothing. So if I can make a change like that for somebody else, you mean to tell me a famous motherfucker who calls himself an activist, and you're all soft on Doughboy and shit? You all, oh brother, nigga, talking about salute. Nigga, are you serious? When did we start saluting demons? Go ahead, Theo.
My bad. I was trying to move this damn van. No, you're right, bro. After we talked last night, I slept on what we said, and bro, we at that time. Like, we're at that time, just like if you want to look at right after slavery, right after civil rights movement, like we're at that time again. Like, it's like, all right, bro, this is what you forced us to do this. So there's no, oh man, we gave y'all plenty times to they just made the shirt. Now we just gotta start knocking niggas off. Like, because
So
that's the
y'all
only way
wondering
to
what
do
he's
it. We
talking
done
about.
tried. Oh,
because I didn't fill that gap in yet, because that's what I wanted to play the videos so I could
Oh,
get to this. So the reason that I'm talking about Nuremberg, for people who don't know what Nuremberg is, Nuremberg was after the Holocaust. Everybody that had anything to do with any part of the Holocaust rounded up, murdered, straight like that. They went to trial, but the whole point of the trial was, yo, you said it was okay to kill us, execute it. You handed the pen that signed the paper, execute it. You thought it was funny, execute it. And this is where we're at in our culture. I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of going back and forth with motherfuckers talking about 9-year-old demons who would have your child sucking dick. Do you know how crazy it is? The idea that you did everything you were supposed to do. You have compassion for people like Doughboy. You have compassion for motherfuckers like Mysonne, because they trying to be cool with motherfuckers. And Mysonne is really worse than Doughboy, because anybody who wants to be cool with the devil is the devil. Period. I don't give a fuck what that devil looks like, because it's all that blaming the white man and shit. Nigga, fuck that shit. We not even at the point where we can handle the white man. We got to handle the shit that's going on inside the house. Anything that got to do with either side of this spectrum, whether it's the perpetrator or the person that's okay with it, they need to be erased. You can't reform it. But I was saying, do you know how crazy it is? The fact that you are just going about your life, little RT coming to class, how your child put his penis in your child's mouth, and now you got to pay a therapist $200 an hour because your child is traumatized. You have to fix a problem that you didn't create and that the child didn't create, because we continue to let these motherfuckers walk free in society. Katrina said y'all want to ignore that bad stuff and see that there's a black excellence out there, but we can't ignore it, man. Listen, fuck all that black excellence. We not black, ain't no black excellence right now. You got a couple people doing red ass kids. That's what we got. A couple people doing a couple of good things, but until we start from the bottom, Nuremberg, we have to start at the bottom, and we need to eradicate everybody that wants to take us out. Everybody that wants to put us in a situation that is causing harm. We have people with problems that we can fix. We can fix addiction. We can fix depression. We can fix homelessness. We can fix food insecurity, or whatever they call that. We can fix these things. We can't fix Doughboy. Doughboy made his decision. We can't fix Mysonne. Mysonne's a milquetoast bitch. These people cannot be fixed. They have to go. Both of them have to go. Because when you have Doughboy running around and saying, this is just the way we are, and then you have Mysonne running around saying, oh my God, King, you wasn't taught. Y'all the only type of people that think like that, right? Y'all the only group of niggas that actually believe that once I came from this, so I just don't know no better. Okay, so they wasn't taught nothing. Nobody said nothing to them. You see little RT. You supposed to be, here's what I found. Oh shit. You see little RT, you see any of these people. Yeah, he a milquetoast bitch. That's what I'm calling these folks. Milquetoast, just as soft as they fucking come. They don't never want smoke with somebody that's like, you should be killed. I'm saying it. I want smoke. But they'll look, oh, you ain't nobody. You ain't this, you ain't that. But you'll go pick on somebody. Oh, get online, suck my dick. You don't like what I do. Okay, suck the barrel of this gun, because that's what should be in your mouth, bro. They should have been outside that nigga house soon as you was dancing with that child and saying this was cool. Nigga should have been outside of his house, dragging him, kicking and screaming out into the woods and leaving him like Robert Card. Because we
Did you tell him about the bloodline too? Like how they knocked the whole bloodline off, so they know, like, it's not just a person.
Yeah,
like we got to get if everybody else is on the same time.
with Nuremberg, and it wasn't just the people who was helping and whatever. They were knocking bloodlines completely off the planet so we can make sure that no more people like you can ever come out here. There is nothing redeemable about anybody that wants to take our children and corrupt them. What adults decide they want to do, that's your fucking business. But just know there's a consequence that comes with the shit that you want to do. All that marching, all that talking, calling terrorist kings, niggas that have compassion for Doughboy and people like Doughboy, because I'm only talking about him because it's the mindset. People have compassion for him. People understand Mysonne playing it safe, but you can't talk to these motherfuckers like that. When Katrina is talking about red ass kids, she was explaining with red ass kids that you can't be nice to those type of children. You can't be soft with those type of children. You can't, you should just do. No, some of these fucking kids need to be put on a fucking back and beat the fuck up. Because that's the only reason that's the only way that they're going to get it through their fucking head is if I have to bust your head open and fucking replace your whole fucking brain. I am beyond all of this compassion and talking and all of the bullshit. Because how many more times is it going to be, that's just where I'm from. That's just my environment. It's just what it is. That's all we know. With a cell phone, with the internet is a body, a living, breathing body where all information, since information has been recorded, is at. You can learn anything you want on the internet, free of fucking charge. How many of us have looked up shit online because, I ain't got time to go here, I ain't got time to do that. What I gotta do? Is this something I can do at the crib? We do that every day. We do that for all shit. People look up all type of recipes and shit. So you mean to tell me something wrong and you didn't even try to look? They even, the Mayo Clinic had to come out and say, bro, if something's wrong with you and it's real crazy, get the fuck off the internet and go to the doctor. Don't self-diagnose. Go see a fucking professional. And let me put this up here. I'm tired of these rappers and tired of these motherfuckers who think struggle started when they were born. Problems was invented when they stepped foot on the earth. I'm tired of them shitting on therapists, shitting on counselors, shitting on third-party help. These people will tell you they believe in God, but then turn around and say, fuck the counselor. Turn around and say, the therapist don't know what I'm going through. Bro, you don't know the fucking therapist. You think shit started happening when you got here? You think you're the only person on the planet with that problem? These people is fucking professionals for a reason. These people, you don't know, most of those people have real crazy backgrounds to begin with. You obviously don't know anything. You're just like walking into the fucking doctor's office. Oh, how you gonna say that person needs surgery on that ulcer? Because it's an ulcer. It needs to be removed. I'm just saying, like, you don't know what I'm going through, bro. Don't nobody have to know what you're going through, because what they're really saying is, I'm too fucking stubborn to get help. I'm too fucking stubborn to talk to somebody else. I'm too fucking lazy to handle my fucking problems. But you want to tell, it's poisoning people who really need fucking help. Because like I said, are you a gangster or are you a motherfucker who can't control their emotion? Are you a gangster or are you a motherfucker that's just lashing out because you upset? I'm not, and they you want to take your gangster, people like Doughboy, you want to take your gangster because what you really is a sad, sick nigga. You really a punk bitch. You really just hurt by something that happened to you. You want to take your influence and you want to use it on people who don't know nothing about that, who would cross the street if they saw you. You want to use it to tell people they shouldn't go get help, when really therapy would change your fucking life, and not the mainstream mental health bullshit. I'm talking about actually finding somebody to go fucking talk to so they can fix your ass. Katrina said it's some bad seeds.
You remember?
Go ahead. It's some bad
You
seeds.
remember when we was talking and I was like, niggas know what they could do to change their life, but that's their crutch. Like I was saying about, people having childhood trauma, they can get that shit fixed, but if they get it fixed, then they don't have nothing to blame no more. Like, I'm not doing this because this happened to me as a kid.
And it's like, if you fix that, then what's your excuse? You don't have one. And you don't want to do what you need to do. So you just use that crutch. And that's what it is. Like, I remember as a kid seeing like grown men, like really grown men. And I was like, okay, that's what a man is. Just off rip, you know what I'm saying? Just off top. But like, now you look at the kids and it's like, these niggas is watching niggas that's older than them, but them ain't men. Them is, like you said, emotional motherfuckers. So a lot of niggas done died just because the niggas emotional.
And that's
He
how it
don't know
always
how to
is.
say, I disagree with you, brother, but we don't have to beef about it. All that shit, it's like, nah, you gotta kill that nigga. He don't like what I got going on, kill him. And it's like, that's why I said, it's like niggas only learn shit. Like, you remember you get your ass whooped, and then you know not to do that no more. So it's like, if we start whooping ass, the niggas will know, well, shit, I'm not coming out as a rapper like that because I saw the last nigga how they did him. That's the only answer we got. Like, we done tried everything there is.
That's what I'm saying. And look, everything you say, 100%. Niggas, you want to fall back on that because the reason they want to do that, feeding on what you're saying, because it's actually fixing your problems is hard. Actually getting your life together is hard, especially when we're in a evolving situation where it's getting harder and harder every day to maintain. It's getting harder and harder every day to make resources and everything stretch. Everything is getting harder to do, and fixing your life is the hardest thing you're going to do. But the reason you need to fix your life to the point where you don't fall all the way into the negatives is because if shit go wrong, hey, at least the rest of my life is okay. You are right. We have tried everything. We have done everything that we can do when it comes to talking. When slavery was over, let me look at, hold on, because I'm missing a lot of comments. What's up, Chop? Yeah, they're with me. What's up, Chris? What's up, Stein? Mariah is dead on the money. When slavery was over, we walked off the plantation with everybody. We didn't stop and say, all right, who's useful and who's fucking not? We didn't say, okay, we can't do nothing with these people. These people is so broken that it's nothing that they can do with them. These people is okay. We're going to be okay with this. We didn't take no inventory. We didn't do none of that. And every time something happens in history, we just want to walk out and kumbaya with everybody. It's just like, this is why I say I'm a proponent for separation. You can't stand beside them. If you stand beside a pedophile, you're a pedophile to me. I don't have time to figure out what you've done. Why are you standing with them? If you're standing by my enemy, I'm just going to assume that y'all are cool. So you're going to be my enemy too. And why they want to tell us that we all together, we all like this, and we should all be, no, we can't be with people like Doughboy, and we can't have people like Mysonne. Because all that talking with people who not interested in talking, it's not going to work. The only thing that's going to change, y'all let this get to the point where the only thing that is going to fix this is bloodshed. Y'all did this because when motherfuckers was back in the day trying to talk, it make you realize that, unfortunately, now you understand why the Black Panthers were not popular. They're popular now because they're all dead. They're popular now because people realize, like, oh man, that's something that's a good thing we can look up to. They gave us stop signs and SNAP and free school lunch and all of that shit. But you realize that the people from the Black Panthers, because Black Panthers, the civil rights, all these people existed at the same time. Martin Luther King hated. Malcolm X hated. Huey P. Newton hated. These people were hated. These people were not loved. These people were not popular. Niggas was like, what's up, Brian Tisdale, Dark Wings, BDG? These people were hated in their time. Looked at with stop all of that pro-Black stuff. Stop what you niggas talking about. They only a few of us got our ass bit by dogs. I remember that fucking Boondocks clip. Robert walking in, he's like, he was out there, he walk up to him. He's like, what's wrong with y'all? What's eating? He said, what's eating you? He's like a goddamn German Shepherd. That shit is indicative of where we are today. And everybody want to sit around and like, bro, like everybody sitting back looking at you come out, looking at you talk. I'm telling you, I never seen so many fucking writers in my fucking inbox talking crazy. Oh man, this is crazy. I knew such and such and such and such, but bro, you knew it and you didn't say nothing. Because you want to make a couple 500 here, 500 there, doing all this fucking work. Bro, go get a fucking job. It's no more talking to these folks. It's fucked up. This is crazy. The old heads stopped parenting in the 80s. Our elders really, and they ain't know. They're elders. They're not elders. They're elders. Most of the people that's around my age, a lot of the shit you had to unlearn because the people that came before us, instead, when they got mad, they took it out on you. When they got mad, when you said something in rebuttal to what they were saying, because that's what children do. That's how people learn. When you said something to them, they told you to stay in a child's place. They told you stop talking back. They thought you were being disrespectful by asking questions or saying something back. And when you are a child trying to learn, when you were a child that needed to be taught, I don't respect, bro. Just because you didn't die young don't mean I'm giving you no motherfucking respect. That's not it.
Yeah, that shit is trash. We gotta stop doing that. Everybody that die young, you was a legend, bro. You know how many legends we got now? Legend used to be such a rare thing to call somebody. It's like now if you die, it's like, oh, you was a legend, and bro, embracing death like that is crazy. You cared about this person more when he dead than he was alive.
Just like Big Motor. Everybody, oh man, I knew this Big Motor song. No, you fucking didn't, nigga. Nobody know. Big Motor is known for you. We asked you to do a song nicely, and you said, "Get the fuck out of my face." That's the most famous Big Motor line there is. They might have knew him where he was at, but it's bull, bro. It's just so bullshit. Like we're beyond talking, dog. We need our Nuremberg. These people have to go. If you milk toast, you gotta go. If you're the problem, you have to go. If you refuse to comply, you have to die. Fuck the bullshit. Because we're not going to get rid of this until these people are gone. And all of their conspirators and everybody who think that could be changed by, we're going to talk. You talk to children. I'm not talking to no motherfucking adult who continues to make the decision and not only make the decision, replicate themselves over and over again by tainting other children in vulnerable situations. I'm that's where I'm at. It's pretty simple. Bloodshed is gonna have to happen. And when we get rid of everybody down here, we start working our way up. I don't want to talk about Big Brother until we deal with the shit down here, because that's why we don't trust each other. You ever wonder why you don't trust other black people? You ever wonder why you don't trust nobody? That's not a natural thing, bro. You go to the mechanic. I said this before. You go to the mechanic and you trust that they're going to fix your car. You go to a restaurant. You trust they're going to make your food right. You go to the store. You trust, and you know that there's trust there, because no matter what, these things are going to be the way they are, because this is the relationship we have. We don't trust each other because we got Doughboy and Mysonne running around here trying to act like one side can be reformed and one side can run wild because that's their situation. When they die and we get them the fuck out of here, or we beat them into submission, then we start working our way up, and then we can deal with the white man. But until we eradicate everybody that is non-trustworthy, it's not gonna happen. We can't let a nigga slide because he decided that he was gonna call a kid a king. Yeah, Mike, let me play it. Hold on, Phil. Let me play it. My son, I got a small clip of it.
Yeah, I want to see it.
It's a lot to unpack here. First of all, shout out to this brother, man, because obviously he is a product of his environment, and he's a product of what's wrong, right? So you can't expect him to do something that he never seen or had done from him, right? Unfortunately, like he said, where he's from and his quote-unquote OGs, whoever was around him, allowed stupid shit, right? So we normalize dumb shit when we around older people who foster that same mentality. So this individual here can't save that young king, but he don't understand that he's not helping him by giving him some money with ignorance. Because we see these young rappers die every day.
I ain't got the whole clip because it was long, like 5 minutes, but it's on his Instagram. But it's like all that soft shoeing, tap dancing. Bro, you was talking about fighting other people. Why you not talking about beating? Bro, this is the person who need to be fought, not the person who had an opinion on your music career. Doughboy is the person who needs his fucking teeth knocked in. But you want him, oh, salute to him, this young king, that's all we know. Like, no, it's not all you know. It's all you're choosing because you're lazy as a bitch. It's lazy. It's disgusting. I don't have respect for either side, and both sides, as far as I'm concerned, need to be eliminated. There's nothing that we can do. I'm just like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like,
I got one thing. I just want people to think about this narrative here. Well, me and you talked about it last night, but it's like you said, it's a choice, and that product of your environment, that's bullshit. That's so much bullshit. So when I grew up, my mom, she was more of a, yeah, this is the environment, but we can work out of this. And then my dad was just straight street nigga. That's all he wanted to do. So I grew up seeing both of those. My dad, street nigga, I went in the closet, I seen guns, weed, money. He got nice clothes, nice cars, he got multiple women. That's the only man I saw my whole life. So in my mind at 13, 14, I'm like, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. And then once I got locked up, it was the choice of, do you want to stay doing this like your daddy and your grandfather doing 60, or do you want to change this? And I decided to change it. Was it hard? Hell yeah, it was fucking hard. I never could imagine myself getting off paper. That's how fucked up my shit was. But I did it. So all that product of your environment, that's bullshit. That shit really makes me mad when somebody says that shit. Cause it's like you're handicapping a child from the beginning. You telling him, hey, no matter what the fuck you think, this is all you can do. And what does that sound like? It sounds like fucking slavery. Yeah, you can have a mindset, but you from right here, you can't do nothing but these two things: play basketball and rap and sell dope. If you ain't doing that, you can't do nothing else. And that's bullshit. Especially Mysonne, like, nigga, you went to prison for robbing a nigga with a gun that had no bullets in it, and you got like $30 from the nigga, and you did 9 years off that. Why don't you talk about that? Now you just want to be an activist. And one more thing, just because you black, don't mean you speak for all black folks. Because shit like that, that's not what I agree with. Just because you a nigga and, oh, I'm gonna support the black folks. Nigga, that's not supporting, that's demeaning. You fucking handicapping this child. Product of your environment. That's bullshit, bro. Where the fuck are you at? Ain't you an activist? And you talking about product of your environment? That's not what we got in the environment. Let you tell it. That shit just pissed me off, bro. Like, and if number one, like we said last night, it's three things before you can worry about anything else. You need to make sure your relationship with God is good, and then you need to be financially stable, and you need to be emotionally and mentally stable before you try to get out here and try to fix anybody else, because that's what somebody's gonna say. I'm that type of person. If you tell me you need to do this, I'm gonna look at you, well, what the fuck you got going on to tell me what I need to do? So
and I'm
that's
glad you
just
brought that up
that.
because now I'm remembering what we was talking about because I was just I've been pissed off for 2 days about this. I got an order about how I think life is supposed to go. God, finances, everything else. Absolutely. And my thing is, this is another thing that pissed me off is everybody just want to sit around and talk in circles, bro. Everything starts with self. Like you said, what you saw, my first arrest was at 17. My second, the biggie arrest, where I got captured, was at 19 years old. Life completely changed after that. Because after having to actually go through, because the first time it's just like, the principal come out for you, everybody come out for you, like, oh man, this person ain't like that. This person, whatever. Everybody was making excuses for me because they knew that I was better than that. But I didn't learn my lesson until I'm standing in front of a judge. Hey, you're going to have to hold this 7 years. Like, whoa, I can't do 7 years right now. Bro, like, I ain't trying to be all super personal about this, but when I was in jail, my great-grandmother was killed at a hospital. And I couldn't do nothing about that shit. And my great grandma lived around the corner from my school. I used to walk to her house every single day, like a 3-minute walk. And I couldn't do nothing about that. And I would have learned my lesson if motherfuckers did not make excuses for me and actually gave me a punishment. Because you're not going to learn until you're punished. And some people need permanent vacations. I think that's what I'm going to call it, permanent vacations. It's crazy. And Katrina said something earlier about accountability. That doesn't make people don't want to be accountable for anything because accountability requires action. Dark Wayne said, I don't like how everybody want to be a leader and they all beefing with each other. What the fuck? And that's the problem with us, is thinking that there needs to be some type of leader. First, everything starts with self. You fix yourself, the environment acclimates to whatever you got going on.
Yep.
Dog, all children want is discipline and structure and order. You know why it is important to be on a schedule as a child? Because it teaches you how to do things that just yapping is not going to teach you. Just saying, you need to go to bed at 7 o'clock, but you don't enforce it. You let them do whatever they want. You let them stay up all night on TikToking, doing whatever, all on the cell phone. No, this is the time you go to bed, no matter what. This is the time that the things are supposed to happen. This is what we're going to do. You know that this is coming every single day. That instills things in us that fucking looking at somebody online, talk about all that. I hate all this. I hate the mumbo jumbo talking about the point of the leadership. It's like, you're supposed to be the leader. Anywhere you go, everybody's supposed to be leading. Not just one, we just waiting around, sitting around for one person to come do all the work. That's very lazy. We don't need a fucking leader. You need to be leading yourself, then leading your house, and then everything else will acquiesce to what you got going on. Just like people like Doughboy think that I'm going to be this type of person, and when I go out into the environment, everybody's going to do what I want them to do because this is how I'm walking through. We can do the same thing. I don't conform to the environment. I'm me, and what I do stands, and anything around me is going to fall in line with that. It's lazy. We're some of the laziest people when it comes to our freedom and liberation. This is the laziest fucking genre. And everybody, because they know that down here, because like I said, if you know, everybody know, down here on this level, on the ground level with regular people, oh, the white man did it. The white man want to do whatever. The white man, it's the white man, it's the white man, it's the white man. And yeah, the white man might be responsible for all the destruction or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But the white man is not the person telling a 9-year-old that it's okay to talk like this. Showing a 9-year-old, because my thing is children don't do what you say, they do what you do. You can't tell a child to don't be a gangster and you a gangster. And that's all they're seeing. And then they grow up because just children turn into just adults. The sun was still out and my kids was in bed. They kept telling me, I told them 8:30 is y'all time. No, my sister kids are on a schedule when they in school, when they out of school, all the time. I got my cats on the schedule. They know, it was 9 o'clock, it's time to go ahead and get into bed. A cat know. So if an animal know, there's no reason for it. Niggas only want destructive discipline. People only want the discipline that leads to the grave. But you don't want to be disciplined when other black people is telling you, hey, we not going for that. And if we had our own shit, and we wasn't relying, because it goes way deeper than saying that these motherfuckers should be killed. Because if we don't send these people on permanent vacations, they're like viruses. They continue to go and go and go and go and go and go, and they get into things and they can't be killed because we don't have our own shit. We don't enforce no laws. We don't enforce no punishments. We don't do anything. And because they have value to systems that want to destroy those of us who don't want to be a part of these systems, they can always run over to somebody else's system. And because they are useful idiots for their system, so they can come over here and destroy us. So if we made it so, we kill anybody who just tries to destroy us. We don't kill people because they're depressed, because they have addictions, because they're whatever. We kill pedophiles, we kill rapists, and we kill those who want to destroy our children. And we have no use for you. You can't come over here and do nothing for us. We're not letting you in. Ain't no hearing you out. Ain't no talking to you. Ain't no fucking, there's nothing that can be done to let you back into our society. No other society will have use for them. So when you leave us, you go out into the world and you die. Because nobody's gonna have your back. Nobody's gonna have nothing to do with you. You're a fucking pariah. We're gonna look at you like you just had sex with a man against his will. We're gonna look at you like because like, yo, what the hell is going on with you? Like, we don't put no punishment down because we think we can redeem everybody and everybody our brother. Everybody not our fucking brother. Everybody not your fucking sister. Start separating. Separation. I don't give a fuck about unity because unity has done nothing but terrorize those of us who want to live free, peaceful lives. It's done nothing for us. These rappers and all these people have convinced y'all that you should stand by that person. You should stand with that person. You should hear them out. I don't want to hear a motherfucking thing. Aside from a 9mm being let off into their fucking skull because we can't do nothing with them. And it's crazy because I feel like I've been sounding, it's funny because I talk like this to my mama. And she be thinking like, man, you are, but she's a more calm version than I am. But like, it's so crazy because I've been sounding real radical, but this is what we need to, if we talk about wanting change. Because look, let me know if we not going to be on no change shit. Because let's be serious. By the time you get your life together, especially when most of us come from zero, you can separate yourself from those people and never have to be bothered with them again. You can, my interactions with those type of people can be watching the news. I don't have to be bothered with you. I don't have to sit down here with you and try to fucking pull you. That's not my job. We don't have to be bothered with them. And if they want to wipe themselves out, let them do it. Because when you walk down the street, everybody listening to this, listen to me. Thinking that we can just sit and watch these people and let them go with no consequence, that affects you and your life every day. Because think about, I'm not even going to say your children. Think about you. If you don't say nothing and you don't say, stay the fuck away from us, and we need to eradicate these people, they look at you the same way as they look at Doughboy. Can you imagine you right now at work? And it's happened, we've talked. Motherfuckers just treating you like the average fucking criminal on the news. And you're at your job. You're not doing anything but working. You're working. Oh man, it's a nigga. Let me whatever. Niggas want to talk about what you call yourself. Talk about whatever. But hello, the image is what niggas want to. We gotta call ourselves the Israel Negro hang gliders. Like they'll just say anything, bro. Who gives a fuck? You're being treated like a nigga. And you're being treated like a nigga because you didn't say that this is not okay. You didn't say that, hey, I'm not okay with this.
Yeah, that's a fear that I deal with. Like, that's why I pray throughout the whole day, because it's like, I'm in the country, like out here, this the country, like outside the city limits and shit. You hear gunshots all the time because they be shooting shit and all that. And I be like, damn, what if this the time that I walk up to this door and this nigga just shoot me through this door, or open the door and just shoot me right there? We done had it happen. And it's like, what's niggas gonna think? It's funny because in my mind, I know there's gonna be a nigga that's like, well, what did he do? Bitch, I'm at work. You see the Amazon van, you see the vest, and you gonna say, what the fuck I did? I gave a nigga a package he ordered. And that's my thing. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get out of here. But because I think people don't understand why I feel the way about white people I do. And it comes off. So let me elaborate. I was in high school and we had a battle of the rubber thing. We went for a prank. We went and spray paint that shit, right? Me, a white boy, and a Mexican. At the time I'm selling dope and all that. I didn't put two and two together because I'm a child, so I'm not thinking like that. I'm going off impulse. Long story short, them niggas, they end up finding I'm the one that's selling dope. So they like, we're gonna pick them up on this charge and then hold them until we can build this other charge. So I had a recruiter, I went to MEPS, I did my test, all that shit for the Marines. Them niggas wouldn't let me go. But the white boy that was with me, that wasn't even thinking about going to the Marines, they let him go. And then they hit me up. We're gonna give him a felony. First charge I ever got. We're gonna give him a felony for trespassing and vandalism. You're gonna give me a felony. All right. End up getting that shit dropped down to a class A misdemeanor. Life is I'm good. I gave them niggas their money, all that shit. As soon as I get out for the first 6 months of just being clean of that, police harassing me every day, all this shit. And it's white cops. And I'm like, bro, I'm not doing shit. I work at the shop. You see my clothes, all this. So it's like when people be like, why you feel like that? Dog, for niggas to be hollering about the white man and ain't been through shit with the white man. And then when I show you, hey, this is why I feel this way. Because this is what racism is, nigga. Like, and you talking about, man, that you must have done, man, fuck that. So that's why I feel the way I feel about white folks, and I don't care because it's like majority of niggas don't even have that experience. Dog, do you know how it feels to have your whole life taken away from you and you got to come up with some other shit and this shit is pending on top of your head? Nigga, I had to work for 5 years. I was on the run. I had to work and niggas had to pay me cash because my social security was flagged. So anytime somebody sent me money, cash app, anything to a bank account, they took that shit and didn't even put it towards what I owed. These niggas done took more money than I owed them from me. Like my driver's license, all that, and it's like, dog. Any nigga that's why I don't fuck with any nigga that fuck with white folks, bro, because you're lining nigga up. So all that, man, the white man, this white man, nigga, bro, us in general, let's focus on that first. Because that white, you're not even ready to conquer that shit. Half of y'all don't even look at the white man as a threat no more. You look at your own people more of a threat than anything. I'm the type of nigga, I feel more comfortable around my people. It's other races that get me on edge, like, man, what this nigga on? But everybody don't think like that. Everybody don't see that. I grew up in the hood, bro. I don't move like a hood nigga. I can articulate. I'm very smart. All that shit. Stood in front of a judge with a straight A. Ain't never skipped. I ain't never missed a grade. I had straight A's. I was on the track team. I had a job. All that shit. They ain't give a fuck. Still smack me with the biggest thing they could. So that's why I feel the way I do, man. And it's like there ain't no deciphering it. It ain't nothing to talk about. Because niggas don't live my life. Niggas don't know what I battle. These niggas pull me over all the time just to fuck with me. I've had police pull me out of my car at 1 o'clock in the morning, search me, throw me on the ground, go through my car, and I ain't done nothing wrong. So, and I live in Texas too, on top of that, if you don't know. So, like Nayim said, bro, it's finna be a very thin line on where you stand at. And bloggers, all that, niggas start asking wild questions, bat them niggas right in their mouth.
And it's
Because you're
crazy
the problem.
we can't even deal with those kind of things until we deal with the bullshit that we have here on the ground. I can't get to the white police and every racist and every conspirator, everyone. If you even agree with one of the motherfuckers, you got to go. Because that's no way to live. But I can't start swinging up there when there's shit down here that needs to be handled. And it's fucked up because it's like you got to fight the people down here, and then you got to fight the people up there. They said, what part of Texas, Phil?
Where I caught that charge, I was in Central Texas. So like Waco, Killeen, that area. I caught it in a racist town. My people from a hill. So it's a town right next to it called Groesbeck, and them niggas racist as fuck. So I got railroaded. And the crazy part is, on that second charge, the whole pill charge, my blood cousin, like my second cousin, wrote a statement on me. The white boy from the first charge, he wrote a statement that got me indicted. And then once they got me, that's when I was in holding for 2 days. I was in gym pop for 3 days, and then that detectives came and got me and asked me about the second charge It was like, we heard you selling dope, woo to woo, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because, bro, my dad and my grandfather been in and out the pen, so I know how to talk. So I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they was like, all right, well, we'll see you in 10 years then. I'm like, all right, cool. Because if you talking to me, then you don't have a charge. But I just found it weird how all these niggas talk this shit, nigga. I got 2 statements written on me, bro. So literally, if niggas didn't talk, I'll be good. But, you know, niggas gonna talk off of jealousy. It's so much other shit that goes into it. But to sum it up, back to Mysonne's point of product of your environment, nigga, just like you get a red flag when you with a bitch and you're like, damn, this bitch might be crazy. It's the same thing about anything else you do in life, bro. You get that God tell you, like, hey, you sure you want to walk down this route? We could look at rappers. Draco, everybody was telling me, hey, bro, don't come to the show. These niggas is here with the whoop. Your pride, which is a sin, told you, man, I'm who the fuck I am. Ain't nobody finna touch me. And you get stabbed in the neck. King Von got woke up out of his sleep. You could have just stayed asleep. God was probably talking to him in that dream. Man, I'm finna punch on this nigga. This nigga hoe. Get blew down. Mo 3. You sitting here chasing boxers on the highway and running down on niggas.
Well, Mo 3, you know what happened to Mo 3. He met his demise. But everything he said was right. You fat hoe. Wait. There you go.
Yeah, my bad. It's that I'm in the country, so.
You good,
But
because
I
I'm about to
I
get out
just
of
sum it
here.
up as like,
Go ahead,
yeah,
go ahead.
I'm finna get out of here. Just to sum it up is like everybody get a choice, and to this point, you got a choice. What side you gonna choose? I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy because this is a battle. Just like you watch the civil rights, and that shit wasn't easy. That's why everybody didn't do it. It's funny how the people that's dead, they can't tell their side, so we got to go off the people that's living. We got to go off their word if they was even there or not. Or they just telling us some shit they heard from somebody else. So I just feel like we at the point now you got to choose what side you want to be on. And I'm choosing the side of we cleaning this shit up. I don't care if that means my life gets taken in the matter of that, because I'd rather stand for something than fall for anything, bro. And if you don't know, then just think about your child. If you had a child and this is the image they seeing, you done raised your child to be the best he could, and this nigga Doughboy done influenced your child to go out there and sell dope or rob niggas, and now he done got killed. You don't think that nigga should be put down for that? Because in the afterlife, I believe that's what happens is niggas get held accountable for what they put out in the universe. So that's all I feel is we just at that point, and I'm 100% for it. I nigga start a militia, I quit my job and we'll get this bitch running, because it's like this ain't living, bro. This is not living. When you busting your ass and you still getting profile for the motherfucker that's on camera, that's in front of the world. So that's all I want to say. I hope everybody have a blessed day. I got music dropping tonight on all DSPs. So check that out. I love y'all. I love you, Nayim. Y'all have a blessed day.
I love you too, and thank you for calling in. If it's a new commercial out, it probably is me. They don't tell me when the commercials come, or they'll be like they might send an email every now and then, but I usually just kind of catch it. I gotta look, so I don't know. I'll look though and follow up. But yeah, man, there's nothing but permanent vacations that need to be handed out, because there's no fixing it, reforming it. We're done with all the activism. We're done with all the fist raising and all of that shit. Niggas been talking since slavery been over, and ain't nothing came from no talking. So thank you. It probably was. I can't find it on you. I gotta find it, John. I'm gonna send an email today and see. But we can't, man. We're done. Talking is over. You're gonna pick righteousness, or you're going to be sent to meet your maker. And that's just what it's gonna have to be. And if we can get enough, we don't need everybody, but if we can get enough solid people to get on that type of time, everything will fall in line. So shout out to everybody that came through. I really appreciate y'all. I'll be definitely back tomorrow. I will holler at y'all.